Stop right there. Before you spend hundreds on raised beds or garden space, watch this. I crammed 15 different vegetables into one single bucket. Just one. And what happened in 30 days absolutely shocked me. You're about to see results that'll change how you think about container gardening forever. Hit subscribe because this experiment breaks all the rules, and it actually worked. You know what's frustrating? Gardening books tell you 1 tomato per pot, 1 pepper per container, keep everything separate. You follow the rules and boom, you need 15 pots for 15 vegetables. That's $200 in containers alone. Your balcony looks like a garden center. You're watering 15 different pots every single day. It's exhausting. It's expensive. And you're running out of space before you even start. There has to be a better way, right? What if you could grow multiple vegetables together in one container and they'd actually help each other grow better? Sounds impossible, doesn't it? Here's what most people don't know. There's this ancient farming technique called companion planting that's been used for hundreds of years. Native Americans grew corn, beans, and squash together. They called it the Three Sisters. The corn supported the beans fixed nitrogen in the soil, and the squash shaded out weeds. They all helped each other. Modern research backs this up too. Studies from the University of Minnesota found that growing multiple species together actually reduces pest damage. When you mix different vegetables, pests get confused. They can't find their target plants as easily. And here's the kicker. Agricultural schools discovered that intercropping can increase your total yield per square foot. So I tested this myself. 1 5-gallon bucket. 15 vegetables. I wanted to see if companion planting could really work in a single container. Today you're getting the complete breakdown of what I planted, how it grew, and the shocking results after just 30 days. But first, I need to warn you about the biggest mistake that'll kill this entire system. It's hiding in secret number 2. And if you skip it, nothing else matters. Your bucket needs to be food grade. This is critical. I grabbed a 5-gallon bucket from a hardware store for $3. Make sure it didn't previously contain paint, chemicals, or anything toxic. Here's why this works. A 5-gallon bucket holds enough soil volume for multiple shallow-rooted vegetables to coexist. Most people think you need separate pots, but research shows that plants with different root depths can share the same space without competing. How you set it up. First, drill 8 to 10 drainage holes in the bottom using a 1/2-inch drill bit. Space them evenly. Water needs to escape or your plants will drown. Then drill 4 more holes around the sides, about 2 inches from the bottom. This creates air circulation for the roots. It's called aeration, and it prevents root rot. Next, fill your bucket 3/4 full with a quality potting mix. Not garden soil, potting mix. It's lighter and drains better. Mix in 1 scoop of slow-release fertilizer. This feeds your plants for 6 to 8 weeks. Pro tip, add a handful of worm castings if you can find them. They're loaded with beneficial microbes that help all your vegetables thrive together. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people randomly throw plants together and wonder why half of them die. Secret number 2 reveals the exact companion planting combinations that make this work. Not all vegetables can grow together. Some compete for nutrients. Some attract the same pests. You need strategic combinations. Here's why this works. Different vegetables have different rooting patterns. Carrots and radishes have deep taproots. Lettuce and spinach have shallow, spreading roots. When you pair deep-rooted plants with shallow-rooted ones, they don't compete. They actually share the soil space efficiently. The 15 vegetables I planted in my bucket. Deep-rooted layer, 2. Carrots. 3 radishes. Medium depth layer, 1 pepper plant, compact variety. 2 small lettuce heads. Shallow layer, spinach for plants, Swiss chard, 1 plant, arugula, scattered seeds. Vertical climbers, 2 pole bean plants, with a small trellis. Edges, chives, 3 clumps, parsley, 2 plants, basil, 1 plant. Your setup works like this. Plant the pepper in the center. It's your tallest plant. Circle it with lettuce and chard. Tuck carrots and radishes into the gaps between the greens. Scatter spinach and arugula seeds in any empty spots. Add pole beans near the edge with a small bamboo stake for support. Ring the entire container with chives, parsley, and basil. They're shallow-rooted herbs that repel pests. The magic combination: basil near your pepper deters aphids. Studies show basil's strong scent confuses pests. Chives and garlic family plants repel even more insects. Beans fix nitrogen in the soil, feeding all your other vegetables naturally. Pro tip: radishes mature in 25 to 30 days. When you harvest them, they leave space for your other plants to expand. It's called succession planting. You're constantly creating new growing room. This combination is genius, but none of it works if you mess up watering. Secret number 3 is the watering schedule that keeps 15 plants alive in one bucket without drowning them. Secret number 3, the watering strategy. 15 plants in one bucket means they're drinking water fast. Really fast. Here's why this works. Container soil dries out faster than ground soil. When you pack multiple vegetables together, they're all pulling moisture from the same limited soil volume. You need a consistent watering routine or everything wilts. How you do it: check your bucket every single morning. Stick your finger into the soil up to your second knuckle. If it feels dry, water deeply until water runs out the drainage holes. On hot days over 85 degrees Fahrenheit, you might need to water twice, morning and evening. Water slowly at the base of the plants. Don't blast the soil with a hard stream or you'll expose roots. I use a watering can with a sprinkler head, gentle and even. Pro tip: mulch the top of your soil with 1 inch of straw or shredded leaves. This keeps moisture locked in and cuts your watering frequency by 30%. I learned this the hard way after losing plants on a hot weekend. Okay, you've got the setup, the plants, the watering routine. But here's the part that shocked me: what actually happened in 30 days. Secret number 4 reveals the results, and trust me, some plants did way better than I expected. Secret number 4, the 30-day. Day 10, the radishes sprouted first. Thick green tops everywhere. The lettuce was filling in nicely. Spinach and arugula were just starting to poke through. Day 15, radishes were already forming bulbs underground. The pepper plant had its first set of flowers. Basil was bushy and fragrant. Chives were standing tall around the edges. Day 20, I harvested my first radishes. 3 perfect, crisp radishes. That opened up space for the lettuce and chard to spread. The pole beans were climbing their stakes, already 6 inches tall. Day 30, this is where it got crazy. My lettuce heads were ready to harvest. I picked 2 full heads. The spinach was thick enough for a salad. The arugula had its spicy, peppery leaves ready to go. The pepper plant had small peppers forming. The beans were flowering. The herbs were thriving. Total harvest in 30 days. 3 radishes, 2 heads of lettuce, enough spinach for 3 salads, a handful of arugula, fresh chives, parsley, and basil for cooking. And here's the shocking part: everything was still growing. The carrots needed another month. The pepper would keep producing for months. The beans were just getting started. 1 bucket was feeding me fresh vegetables every single week. Now, let me ask you something. How much space do you have for gardening? Balcony, patio, or full yard? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to know if you're working with limited space like I was. But wait, there's a bonus tip coming that doubles your harvest. Secret number 5 is the feeding trick that kept all 15 plants healthy and productive. Secret number 5, the feeding. 15 plants are eating through nutrients faster than you think. After 6 weeks, your slow-release fertilizer is gone. Your plants start yellowing. Growth slows down. Here's why feeding matters. Container soil is a closed system. Unlike a garden bed where roots spread for nutrients, your bucket plants only have what's in that soil. You need to replenish nutrients regularly. How you do it: at week 6, start liquid feeding every 2 weeks. I use a balanced October 10th, 10 fertilizer diluted in water. 1 tablespoon per gallon. Water it in slowly. For your pepper and beans, switch to a bloom booster once flowers appear. Higher phosphorus, like 5:10:5 ratio. This pushes more flowers and bigger harvests. Pro tip: crush eggshells and coffee grounds into the top inch of soil once a month. Free calcium and nitrogen. Your pepper especially loves this. It prevents blossom end rot. The result? My plants stay dark green and vigorous all season long. No yellowing. No stunted growth. Just continuous production. Here's one more thing that blew my mind. When you harvest the fast-growing vegetables like radishes, lettuce, and spinach, don't leave those spaces empty. Replant immediately. I tucked in more lettuce seeds where my radishes were. I scattered more arugula in the gaps. This is called succession planting, and it means you're harvesting something new every 2 to 3 weeks instead of everything maturing at once. One bucket gave me a continuous harvest from May through October. That's 6 months of fresh vegetables from a $3 container and maybe $10 worth of seeds. Imagine this. It's July. You walk outside to your balcony or patio. You pick fresh lettuce for tonight's salad. You grab a handful of basil for pasta. Your pepper plant has 3 ripe peppers ready to go. And it all came from one single bucket that cost you less than $15 to set up. While your neighbors are buying $6 organic lettuce at the grocery store, you're eating yours fresh, picked 5 minutes ago. And you didn't need a yard. You didn't need raised beds. You just needed one bucket and the right companion planting strategy. That's not just gardening. That's food freedom in the smallest space possible. So here's my question for you. Which vegetables are you going to try in your bucket? Tell me in the comments. Are you going for salad greens, or are you adding peppers and beans? I read every comment. And if you know someone who's always saying, "I don't have space for a garden," share this video with them. Show them one bucket is all they need. If this experiment shocked you as much as it shocked me, hit that like button. And subscribe for more space-saving gardening experiments every single week. Stop right there. I'm testing wild ideas,
you spend hundreds
so you know
on
what
raised
actually
beds
works.
or garden space.
Next video,
Watch this.
I'm growing an
I crammed
entire herb
15
garden
different
in a single
vegetables
hanging
into
basket.
one single bucket.
You won't believe
Just
how many
one.
herbs fit.
And what happened
Don't
in 30
miss it.
days absolutely
Happy gardening,
shocked me.
friends.
You're about to see results
Go grab that
that'll
bucket
change how
and
you
start
think about
growing.
container gardening
I'll see you
forever.
in the next one.
Hit subscribe.